Welcome to part 11 of our Competency 17 practice. In this video, we will find the z-score on the TI-84 from a given percentage. Okay, most of us were taught the formula to convert any x value we're given to a score or z-score. Okay, there's our formula. So this z-score formula, I never remembered. But the truth is, there's a way to kind of go backwards with some of what we've already done and get the z-score without knowing other information. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Number one, what is the z-score for an area of 97.72 on the left of the curve? Well, even if it's on the left or right, as you investigate, you're going to realize what we're looking at. Okay, so there's what we need to do on our TI-84, and it says second vars, which we've worked with a lot. Then we go to number 3. Okay, and it looks like we've been working with a different area, but we need 0.9772. Enter that. Do not change the zero mean or the standard deviation of 1. Why not? We are looking at a normal normal distribution, meaning you have to have this normal curve. And notice in the center, there's a 0. And our standard deviations are all by 1. Okay, we've got to maintain that. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, so what are we doing? It's going to tell us. It says left of curve. We already have that done. Okay, oh, I forget. You got to arrow down and then enter again. Okay, 1.99. Okay, that is rounded. Okay, so that means our z-score is actually close to just 2. And that would be a z-score here. Now, here's the thing. It depends on this is our line right here. I'll kind of highlight that in. So we have a z-score of 2. And they said on the left of the curve. Well, which side we want, the left or the right, depends on the problem. So we have the left of the curve, but it says the area underneath. So actually, I'm going to have to say they're asking for this area right here. You know, I can do a better job with that by making that larger. Okay, they really want us to do this. Oh, so I went out of the line. Ah, see, this is what happens when you go outside the line. I guess I don't have to be so perfect. Absolutely not. Okay, so let's just pencil in that other little area. Let's do yellow over there. Teeny tiny. This side over here, it depends on, again, I'll say, the problem. But if the point is, it doesn't matter. I could do one side or the other side, and you could put it in and figure out that the z-scores too. And you probably will be asked on a practice exam, bare minimum a practice exam at the university for your TExES. I've had them before. They could very well be asked of you. So just so you know, just a good way to have it. Okay, to get it. Okay, we've got a z-score with an area of 21.19. Okay, on the right of the curve. Okay, the other one was left, this one's right. So I'm going to go through the motions. Even though I don't have to, I could arrow up, doesn't matter. 21009. Okay, remember, you're keeping all this, but we want it on the right. Now you have to arrow over, push enter, but it's not going to go down. So you have to use your arrow and paste it. And that is going to be rounded to about 80. So we have 0.80. Where would that be? Okay, well, there's our 1 right there. So we're looking at 80 somewhere in here. We're going to pretend like I can draw. So there's our z-score, okay? Well, I don't have to underline. You can, I hope you guys can see that. Zoom in if you can't read that these are all for z-scores. Okay, yeah, you probably noticed on my other videos or on the one above. Okay, so that means that our z-score is about 80, that we are close to a standard deviation or a z-score of 1. So let's put that in. Now, if you watched my video, it was about 2 or 3 videos in the past. You might want to go look for that. We had it reversed, and that's one reason why I'm doing this. You were given the z-score, but you had to go find the percent of the area. Okay, number 3. What is the z-score for an area of 24.17% on the right of the curve? Well, in the last video, I just realized we didn't like color in right or left. Oh, let me scroll up. But what we did, I colored it in for you. But if we were saying on the right side, it would be the green. The truth is, it doesn't matter. We could have identified the left side. So we'll say on the right side, I just moved my, okay, there we go. All right. So we're going to go ahead and just put it in and we'll say right side. Let's see what happens. Okay. Second, vars 3. Okay. And we need 0.2417. Remember, don't change the mean of 0 and the deviation of 1. And we need right side, enter. Remember, you got to arrow down. It won't enter again for you. Okay. And that is saying that it's just about, check, yes, that is just about 0.7. All right, and I want to show you something in a second. If you say it's the left side, what happens? Okay, so that will be right in somewhere in here. Okay, so if we draw down and that 0.7, okay, so it doesn't matter which side, okay. Well, I can color that in for us, and we're really saying we want this side over here. Okay, ignore it if I color outside the lines. We are not judging. Okay, so that's 7. If I, oh my goodness, if I could write, or if it would let me, 0.7. I'll write it better here. 0.07. Okay, terrible 7. Okay, let's do it the other way around. Let's go back and say second, vars 3. Everything exactly the same, except this time we're saying left side. Let's see what happens. Let's go down and enter. Enter again. Notice it says negative. So this depends on the question. Because we said right side, we are indicating we want the upper percentage, the greatest percentage, the greatest 24.17%. When we put it in and we said left side, what we are saying is, hey, we want the other side, this lesser, that would all be over here, okay? But that's not what the question asks. So just be aware of which side you're working on depending on the question. Okay, so this one is a little different. If you didn't notice while I was punching this in, or you were playing with your calculator, that it has an option where it says center. For these two, we're working with the center. And I mentioned it, and I can tell you which video it was. It was the Competency 17, Part 6. Go back to it and you'll see where I made a made a point of saying, hey, this is the common. And it is on your normal, uh, on your normal distribution. The first thing your teacher or professor probably did was point out the 68.7% or the 95.5 or 0.45%. So let's calculate that for ourselves. Okay, second bars. Okay, we need number 3. Okay, and we are doing the 68, 27% first, that part first. Go down, and we want center for both of these. Remember, it won't enter again. You have to scroll down and then get it. Okay, let's take a keen look at what we have. You can see that we're absolutely forced into rounding for Z1, which is over here. I'm going to call that Z1. That is -1. And for Z2, we're calling that 1. Uh-oh, got the wrong one. We're not saying it equals 2. We're calling it Z sub 2, which is right here. So the reason I put indices on those, if you're not a big math person, you're taking some other test and you just want to dig into this a little, it's because the -1 came first. Either way, whichever one is the least value is how I did that. Okay, on the next one, we're looking at 95. 95. Okay, I'm going to show you a little something. I haven't been doing it because I want you to remember where I went, but you can go up, select that, bring it down, and go over and put in the 9545. Okay, notice everything still remained the same. Oh, I'm sorry, I entered twice. Okay, and you can see we are forced into rounding to the -1 and the 2. I mean, keep saying these things wrong. -2 and the 2. Okay, so now let's be more satisfying and color that in. Let's pretend like I can draw. Okay, let's shake it up a little and let's do a little highlight there. Okay, let's change colors. Make it look good. Oh, before I do that, I got to draw my line. It's not much of a line. So if you remember, your instructor taught you that as our z-scores go out from the center, that's going to be a larger percentage of our normal distribution. And that's basically the point I'm making here. But I'm giving you a refresher on how to obtain these things in our calculator. And I've actually been asked these questions. For a z-score of from 2 to -2, what would the percentage be? Or from -1 to 1. So you could be asked these questions. Okay. And that is the last one in this video. It is a short video, just a quick refresher to help you out, give you another little tip to pass your test. And I want to thank you so much for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe. There are going to be many more coming. And also, don't forget, you could give us a thumbs up for the videos that you like. Thank you again.